This video will show you how to get started with portfolio analysis in RetScreen. There are two ways to get started. You can use either existing .retx files or use create from file for bulk import. To start with portfolio analysis, go to the My Portfolio section. You'll see here that we can start using either examples or a blank project or use create from file. We'll come back to this later. In this series of videos, we'll be recreating this portfolio example so that you can follow along on your own computer. I'm going to start by clicking Blank Project. We're going to start by importing existing RET files. You can either click on import.retx files, or anywhere in RetScreen, you can also drag and drop RetScreen files into the main RetScreen window to load them. You'll see now that I have a portfolio that includes 8 different RetScreen files. A portfolio is a collection of retx files. You'll see here that currently in this portfolio, I have several files, and you can continue adding files to your portfolio as it changes over time. You'll see in this view, we have a list of the RetScreen files that make up this portfolio. Various information in these columns comes from each of the individual RetScreen files. You'll see here that I have the facility name, type, and more, and I can show other information from the RetScreen files. You'll also see that the image on the facility page is available for each of the files, and that we can actually view and edit the information for these files to see where that information comes from. Let's open one RetScreen file to see what information gets brought into the portfolio and how to prepare any RetScreen file for use in the portfolio analysis. I'm going to double-click any of these rows to open the file. The file opens in a different window. You'll see here that this is the same RetScreen as before, but now we're actually in a specific RetScreen file as shown in the title of the window. You'll see here all this information in the facility section is the same information that's brought into the portfolio. So it's really important to fill this information properly. Now, of the 3 types of analysis you can do on any facility, benchmark, feasibility, and performance, the data comes from these places. For the benchmark analysis, the data comes from the facility page on the bottom at this benchmark section. For the feasibility analysis, most of the information comes from the energy and finance page and is already done for you. And for performance analysis, the data comes from the data and analytics page. On the data and analytics page, you will need to do 2 things. You will need to create a consumption summary which tells RetScreen which data from which tables you want to bring into the portfolio. And on the analytics page, you'll need to create a predicted actual summary to tell RetScreen which predictions and which actual data for fuel consumption you want to bring into the portfolio. We have videos that show you how to do this in the performance analysis section. Closing the file and going back to our portfolio, we see now that we have all the information we need for our portfolio analysis.